Friends, I would like to provide here some of the important tips pertaining to the human psychology. We know that human psychology is the study of human behavior. We also know that different people behave in different ways in different situations. So when we talk about the behavior, we are referring to the way individuals act and react in various situations. So the human behavior is a result of many factors. It is the result of the interplay between three fundamental components, namely the biological, psychological and the socio-cultural factors. The biological factors include our genetics, the brain chemistry and physiology. The genetic makeup of our brain is different for different people, leading to different behaviors with regard to intelligence, emotions, and reactions to the stress, affection, aggression, etc. So the neurobiology of behavior states that our brain acts as the control center of processing and responding to information. The chemical messengers in the brain, they play a pivotal role, a very vital role in this process. The chemicals, especially like the serotonin and others, they influence the mood and motivation. So variations in these chemicals can also lead to the behavioral changes. Hormones also significantly impact the behavior. The endocrine systems will secrete the hormones into the bloodstream. It interacts closely with the brain, leading to a wide range of behaviors. The structure and function of the brain also dictate different behavioral outputs. Our different brain regions influence different behaviors. So one portion of the brain, it is associated with the emotional processing, and the frontal cortex, it is responsible for the decision making and problem solving. So structural differences in these areas of the brains of the individuals will also lead to distinct behavioral patterns like the aggressive emotional responses or mild emotional responses and so on. These socio-cultural factors, these socio-cultural environments, they also have great impact in shaping our behaviors. The influence of family, friends, social networks, cultural norms, the social expectations, etc. also play a vital role. So what we have learned at the level of families, schools, religious institutions, media, etc. play a very dominant role in understanding not only the individual behavioral differences, but also the commonalities that bind us as humans. So while the biological factors provide the groundwork for the behavior, they do not operate in isolation. They act together. So the environment interacts with the biological factors in a process known as the gene-environment interaction throughout our life. The cognitive processes such as the perception, memory, attention, and the decision making, they play critical roles in shaping our behavior, like how we interpret and interact with our environment, our memories. See, our memories store and retrieve the information which in turn guides our actions and decisions. The emotions are the powerful drivers of behavior. They can override the rational thought and influence. They also influence our decisions and interactions so significantly, which in turn affects our behavior. For example, fear. It can lead to avoidance of social interaction, while joy, happiness, It might encourage the social interaction. See, personality traits, personality characters like the openness, open-mindedness, the consciousness, extroversion, the willingness to learn, calm nature, the neuroticism, etc. They are relatively stable characteristics that influence the consistent patterns of behavior. And these traits, they can predict various behaviors such as, the job performance, academic success, the interpersonal relationships, discipline, and so on. So, for example, a highly conscious individual demonstrates a higher level of discipline and planning rather than that of a spontaneous behavior. So the development or change of psychological traits over time during the lifespan from infancy to the adulthood, it also plays a crucial role in shaping the behavior. The mental health also significantly impacts how we behave, how we think, how we feel. So the psychological disorders such as anxiety, depression, and the bipolar disorder, it can dramatically alter an individual's behaviors by changing their thought patterns. The social structures and the hierarchies, like the power relations within the society, within the family, within the office, within a group, class, race, or gender, also affects the access to the resources, opportunities, and privileges. So these have greater influence in shaping our behaviors. So to understand the complexities of human behavior, understanding the individual's biological, psychological, and the socio-cultural foundations, it is very much essential. And I will provide you here some of the best psychological factors about the human behavior. Friends, if an individual continues with something regularly for about 66 days, doing something for about 66 days continuously, it generally becomes a daily habit. Individuals who have a deep sense of guilt, they are better in identifying the emotions and the concerns of the people around them. An average individual's mind wanders 30% of the time. During these 7 minutes of neural activity before dying, the individual will see all his important memories in a dream-like pattern. That is before death. And hearing a single negative thing, it can damage at least 5 positive memories. Listening to certain instrumental or the classical music tunes, it can improve the focus and productivity. Stress makes it harder to remember the things. So in such a case, deep breathing or even a quick walk, it will help your memory to bounce back. And little amount of stress, it is always good for us. When you smile, your brain releases good hormones. Your brain processes and organizes the information very well while you sleep, when you are in the sleeping state. The brain loves manageable goals. That is, if you are planning for a very big task, you divide that into smaller steps, smaller milestones. So completing each milestone gives your brain a motivational boost. And the evaluated information, it lasts longer in your memory, in your mind, than what is just seen and examined. See, being alone in life, it is not good for your health. And we are most imaginative at night and creative during the day. Friends, people who are in a position of influence, authority, and power, they are generally very poor in determining the other man's emotions. See, people in the age group of around 18 to 33, they have the highest percentage of depression. Travel, people say, the scientists say, improves the health of the brain, and even it lowers the heart diseases and the depression. The force of authority in the working place, it has the same effect as that of brain injury. So if your boss, if somebody is heading you somewhere in the working place, if he uses the force, it will affect your brain like a brain injury. See, any relationship developed in the age group of 16 to 28 years of age will last long. Emotional pain, it is remembered better than the actual pain, that is the actual body pain. Money will buy happiness, but only to a certain extent. It cannot make you fully happy. Proper exercise, it slows down the neurological deterioration in our brain, and it increases the age of the brain. See, our brain works over 1 lakh times faster than the fastest supercomputer in the world, and it requires power of only 15 to 20 watts. Anything that your mind says, it is immediately obeyed, mobilized by your body cells. Being optimistic about the future, it always protects protects you from mental illness. And the phobias, what we call as the mental phobias, they are the memories that come to us through our ancestors in our DNA. The religious rituals such as prayer, meditation, etc. significantly lowers the psychological discomfort. People seem to be happy when they are kept busy. Brain can store an estimated 25 lakh gigabytes of information. The average weight of the adult human brain is only 3 pounds. Vitamin B1 helps in improving the short and long-term memory. Easy access to any information, it will make it harder to remember. Memories start forming in the womb of the mother. Brain uses 20% of the body's total oxygen. Sweating, it can temporarily shrink the brain. 5 minutes without oxygen can cause brain damage. The neurons in the brain, they travel at a speed of 150 miles per hour. See, learning new things, it increases the gray matter in the brain. Emotions, they can alter our brain chemistry, and brain assimilates around 50 to 70,000 thoughts a day. See, more than 1 lakh chemical reactions take place in the brain every second. And when intoxicated, the brain cannot form memories. The recollection process, it starts slowing down at around 24 years of age. About 95% of all decisions, they are taken at the subconscious level of our mind. Finally, our early relationship with our mother, it has long-lasting consequences. Thank you, friends.